Today we're going to give you the top 5 reasons to move to Michigan, especially Metro Detroit. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Darren.
And I'm Tom, and we are licensed real estate professionals in the state of Michigan, and we produce new videos every single week so you know what you're getting into if you move to the state of Michigan. Now, this phone number down below, you can get a hold of us anytime, text us, call us, email us, whatever it is, send a drone for all I care. But also hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, because we want to notify you every time a new video comes out.
And we're the ones who are going to answer that text or that email or whatever way you're getting to us.
Absolutely. So today we're going to talk about the top 5 reasons that you want to move to Metro Detroit, Michigan. Because the housing is affordable. Let's start there. Housing is affordable. Sure, you're going to get into pockets in different neighborhoods that are going to be more expensive and more affluent, but there is so much affordable housing in the state. And that's where it really starts. What else can people save money on when they move to Michigan?
Well, energy costs, we actually get 2 seasons where we don't have that much of energy costs because we're in spring and fall and you don't have the heat on, you don't have the air conditioning on, so we kind of get a little break from there.
Yeah, you're actually right. You know, if I keep my AC on all year or keep my heat on all year, you're going to have higher energy costs, but we leave those windows open and it actually is a pro.
Well, it's fresh air. It's just gorgeous.
It's fresh air. It's nice.
It's one of those great things about Michigan.
Absolutely. So other costs of living, right? So the food, nothing's really expensive. The gas is normal, even though gas prices at this moment when we're recording this are high. Gas is normal. Everything's relatively affordable. Property taxes, they say, are a little on the high end, but I don't see it to be that big of a deal. It doesn't really bug me. Maybe we can save that for a con video for auto insurance, right?
Well, that is going to come up, and that is a con.
Yeah, but overall, there's nothing crazy expensive here. And so cost of living in the state of Michigan, I mean, if you look at housing and you look at automotive, and actually automotive, that's a good point. Automotive, to lease a car, because we're so lease heavy in the state of Michigan, to lease a car in the state of Michigan is actually a lot less expensive than all the other states because we're right here in the Motor City. And our number 4 pro for moving to the state of Michigan is
Beer.
Beer. Who would have thought? Now,
well,
that's not really my pro, but this was kind of your pro.
Well, yeah, with over 100 breweries in Michigan, we're one of the leading states of brewing beer. So if you're not into the big corporate beer, but you want craft beers and, I mean, the outrageous names, everything they come out with, and just great beer, I mean, you got Bell's, I mean, Two Hearted, it's everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of people associate like Fort Collins, Colorado for microbreweries, and you know what? They're famous for that as well. But Michigan really has taken on a life of its own with beer. So you got Founders, you got Bell's. There's all kinds of breweries. Shorts.
Up in Bel Air, yeah.
There's breweries really everywhere.
Oh, Griffin Claw right around the corner.
Yeah.
Right here in
Are
Birmingham.
you a big beer drinker?
I am, but it doesn't like me as well as I like it. So,
No, I
mean,
agree with that.
I jump to the other festive cocktails that we can find out there, which we do have that too. But that's probably another video where we go into all the different
downtown
distilleries,
Detroit,
everything.
Yeah. Downtown Detroit has some distilleries now, so
we'll
there's a lot of things growing. It's a lot of fun. But number 4 is Darren's pick, and that was beer. Because beer, a lot of people might not know, we do a good job with beer. That's for sure.
Yeah, we do.
And number 3, wildlife and nature. I mean, I guess we're parked in the right spot for that.
Yes, we are. Probably one of the most prettier places you can ever strike off a golf ball in Lower Michigan right here.
Yeah, so we're at a place called the Pine Knob Mansion. And the Pine Knob Mansion's in Oakland County, Michigan, on the east side of Michigan, north of Detroit, south of Flint. And as we sit right here, this actually, behind me, used to be a home. And back in the day, and
it was Colonel Walton, I believe.
Colonel Walton.
Colonel Walton. Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. Right? He knows some things that I just don't know.
The road named it for him. We just drove in it.
Yeah, no kidding.
In a beautiful spot here.
And if you look over this hill, and you can't see that now, but we'll take some pictures. You're going to see a ski hill, okay, and it's called Pine Knob, and there's actually a concert venue down there. And that's actually one of my favorite things about living in Southeast Michigan is Pine Knob and the concerts.
Which is actually called Pine Knob again.
Which is actually called Pine Knob
after all
again.
these years, it comes back
It had a big
around.
corporate sponsor before, but it's back to being Pine Knob. So everybody in Detroit or Michigan's happy about that. That's pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah.
I actually grew up a mile directly past that camera.
Oh yeah,
I did.
So let's talk about the weather and the nature. I'm sorry, the nature and the wildlife. I mean, really anything you possibly could want in this for nature and wildlife is here. I mean, it is pretty amazing.
Everything.
Yeah, so we get a little bit of abundance of deer, right? So obviously Michigan and other parts of the Midwest are known for deer hunting. So if you're a hunter, great spot to live, because a lot of people hunt here, and they come from all over to hunt in Michigan because we get a lot of deer. But here, right, because the seasons change, and so does the wildlife, and so does the ecosystem, or however you want to put that. But a lot of things are happening here, and when that wildlife starts coming out of hibernation, I guess, or coming back to life, it's awesome. It's one of my favorite parts of the year.
Squirrels, everything, bunnies. I mean, everything you see.
Well, squirrels and bunnies kind of everywhere, right?
I guess it would be. Well, if you,
I don't know why he thinks that's so special, but the nature is absolutely fantastic.
everything's special.
Yes. So imagine a state that's surrounded by water, much like Florida, but this is the Great Lakes state, so it's all water. So it's all very water-driven ecology, and so the wildlife that's within the state of Michigan is unlike anything you've seen. And again, the new growth and the new vegetation and everything that happens every spring, of course it dies and it's dismal and nasty in the winter, but it is absolutely beautiful spring, summer, and fall in the state of Michigan.
Now, Tom would say that because he likes Tampa now. But I would say in the winter it's gorgeous too, because when you put a fresh coat of white over everything, and you can go up north and you can snowmobile, where we have just endless miles of trails, or you can go skiing at umpteen different ski resorts in northern Michigan here, and a few smaller ones down here that you can play with. Phenomenal.
Only thing
you played hockey inside. You can play hockey outside here.
I did.
It's a beautiful thing.
I did, but only thing that fresh snow helps me with is when it's covering up the nastiness in the backyard left from my dogs all winter.
Well, that could be true. That's one way to look at it. And now let's go to number 2. And don't forget, there's a bonus at the end.
At the end. What's number 2, Darren?
Number 2 is green space.
Green space. So obviously, look at this place, right? We have green space. Check this out. Right? We have plenty of green space. But when you say green space, what are we talking about?
I'm talking about the different ways that you can live here. I mean, you can live in downtown Detroit, and I mean, you still have some green in and around, but then a lot of the areas outside of Detroit, which is really where most people are at. I mean, you've got yards, that are just larger, or you can have estate-sized lots, all these, where you just have this beautiful green space and just plants, flowers, and the lakes, and you mix those two together, and I mean, you just get a fantastic combination of that.
Yeah, so not everywhere we go in the United States is going to have the property that we have here. I mean, there's going to be some places, obviously go to Montana, and everybody's got 150 acres. But in Michigan, you can choose to live more in the urban districts where it's tighter housing, or you can choose to live more out, half an hour away. Half an hour away is going to get you. You live on an acre, a half an acre. Your neighbor's not right on top of you. You have the wildlife in your yard, and you're really close to the freeway still, so it's very convenient to get back and forth, and
Exactly.
and you're not way up north. Now, in Michigan, we also have a thing called up north, right? And
Well, that's a whole other country.
It's a
Nobody has
whole
that.
nother country.
Nobody has that in the US.
we have up north, then we have another country,
We do.
and that's the UP. Now, the UP is something else.
It's a treasure. That's a treasure right
Yeah,
there.
well, paradise is there, right?
It is. Well, hell's down here and paradise is up there, right?
So Hell, Michigan is a real thing. Paradise, Michigan is a real thing. Paradise is up in the UP, and Hell, Michigan is down south of Detroit. So it's interesting, though, because you can really have anything you want. If you want to live closer to like a city or a vibe, you can live there. If you want to live out here, like we're sitting in Oakland County, there seems to be more property. The houses are a little bit bigger, a little bit more spaced out. And then as you go more north, you get to even more property. And when you get up to the UP, there's really not much going on there as far as I know.
No, 25% of our space and 3% of our population. So, I mean, when you want to go up there, I mean, it's just incredibly gorgeous.
Yeah, so we don't know.
Unless for you wouldn't go up there in the winter, though.
No, I wouldn't.
Because that 48, 50, 60 inches of snow where you have to, like, tunnel to your house, that might be on Tom.
No,
that's beyond Tom.
I have no interest, really. Now, in the fall, with the leaves, and it's just
Oh, yeah.
absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
mean,
Quammenum Falls up there.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
go kayaking around.
you
I
go to
mean, just
Pictured
fishing.
Rocks and Traverse
I mean-
City and Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. There's so much to explore in Michigan. That's maybe enough.
What's happening, guys? See, when you go to a golf course, you meet people that you know.
Yep.
There you go. How you doing, guys?
So we got sorry about that, but you know, when you're on video, that's what happens. So so it's beautiful, really. Wherever you go in the state of Michigan, it's beautiful year round if you want it to be. There's some places that I choose to stay away from. Maybe not the same places Darren chooses to stay away from, but it's really got it all. Really, anything you possibly could want is here.
You know,
So-
Tom, and with the green space, we've also got blue space. Let's count that as lakes.
Oh,
Now,
the
this
lakes.
is the one thing that we have that nobody else has. And I'll say it because other states border one part of something, but they don't border almost all of the Great Lakes.
Yeah,
And that's really where it is.
don't
'Cause,
we
I
have
mean,
the most shoreline anywhere?
We do. Everybody thinks it's California or Florida. It's not. It's right here.
Most shoreline anywhere in the United States is right here in the state of Michigan. Now it is freshwater.
Exactly.
So
So now
that's-
your boat's not rotting like it is when it's down in Florida or on any type of salt water. But also look at the difference in the lake living. You can live on a small lake where you can look across and see other people and do small boating things, skiing, wakeboarding, all this. But then also you can live all along our shoreline, and you can live on the big water, have larger boats, and actually just take day trips running around. Go up to Mackinac Island or something that sets right at the top of Michigan, which is an incredible place to go.
Yeah, if you're looking for a place to explore, Michigan is really your place. Now, we also have the second or third most registered boats in the country.
We do.
Is it second or third?
Second only to California.
California.
How did they beat us?
I would have
By
never
50,000 boats. I don't know how they did it.
guessed. I would have never guessed.
I know.
50,000 boats. That's it. So we have like over 1 million boats registered in the state of Michigan.
We do.
So we are the Great Lakes state, truly the Great Lakes state. So if you're looking for that hobby or that ice fishing in the wintertime, or boating, skiing, snowboarding, whatever it is, you're gonna find it here. If you want to live on the water, you can live on the water affordably here, which is super cool. If
Yes.
you want to live on like a non-motorized lake, we have those. If you want a full sports lake, we have those as well. If you want to live on the Great Lakes on the shoreline, we also have those. Like whatever you really want is here. But we don't know what you want unless you call us, email us, text us, and tell us what you want. And then we can actually kind of narrow you down and help you find a place that's going to best fit your lifestyle.
Because we've been here. I know every corner of this state. So do you.
Yep.
I mean, we know where everything is.
Yeah, we
can help you find
we
it.
toured it with our families. We live here. We sleep it, breathe it, eat it. Like this is our state. Now let's also get into weather. Weather's our
Weather.
number one pro, but it's also probably going to show up on the cons list.
It will. Because you and I go a little different way on weather sometimes.
Yep. So what do you love about the weather, Darren?
I love the weather because it's the 4 seasons. And you know what? And you just don't get that in most other states. I mean, here in Michigan, we go through a full spectrum of weather.
Yep.
We start freezing our butt off at the beginning of the year, and we go to the middle of the year where it is gorgeous, and we maybe get, 4 or 5 days that touch 90 or 100, where it's a little uncomfortable. Other than
Yep.
that, it is truly beautiful. For
Yeah.
really 9 months out of the year. We got about 3 months, I would say. 3 months from January through March. That's a little bit testing. Let's
Yeah,
say.
I would agree with you. January through March is kind of miserable. Okay, you can be miserable a little bit, and I don't want to get into the cons here, but because we're going to talk about the pros. But if you get into April's got its challenges, right? But November is so exciting because you're going into the holidays, and the holidays in the state with the snow and the leaves changing, and between October and November, and then of course the snow comes in December, and everybody's excited about the holidays. It's the place to be, right? The place to be in December. It's fantastic. But as soon as that buzz from the holidays is over, and it hits like January 1st, and you're trying to eat healthier, and you're trying to work out, and you're trying to do all these things, and it's just gray and dark and dreary and cold, it gets a little, I don't know. That's my opinion. It's
It
a little,
does.
little.
But that moves more to the con side. We're staying on the pro side because you know what it is? It gives you that little bit of time where you're just waiting for spring. And I tell you what, you've never seen people more excited than in Michigan when we finally hit our first 70-degree day. I mean, we hit our first 40 degree day.
Yeah.
People are running around their T-shirts. They're all like, "Oh, this is awesome. We're ready to go."
Yeah, I would say that's what's fun about it, right? When that weather does start to crack and those windows come down and the shades come up and people come out of their hibernation state and they're out there in the neighborhood. I mean, it is wonderful, right? The vibe, the energy that you have is really, really great. Well, of course so, but Darren, because you're all pent up for the last 3 months.
I know it, but you gotta. You know what? Nothing good comes without a little bit of payment forward. Nothing good.
Well,
comes out.
and what we talked about is the vegetation, right? So the vegetation starts coming back, and the plants and the just everything starts coming alive in the state, and so that's why so many people love Michigan Springs and Michigan Summers. They love it. They love it. So what else can we say about the weather?
If you don't like it, well, let's just wait 15 minutes.
I have something. Okay. yeah, no kidding. Now that's a con.
That is
so,
a con?
So I do have
Well,
something.
It could be a pro too, because
we are without natural disaster.
That is true.
Yeah. We don't have the earthquakes. We don't have
Maybe once in a while.
tornadoes.
Maybe once in a while we'll get a tornado. But you know what? They're not those big tornadoes that they get down south. You know,
No.
we'll get something that rips through a little bit, but it's not like taking out an entire town. So
Yeah, we don't have the major weather shifts here as far as the natural disasters. We don't have hurricanes like in Florida. We don't have the earthquakes like in California. It's just kind of mellow.
you know what we get? Ice storms. But they're not bad. I mean, if you think about it, they're one day that, you know what, it's a day that you can have we don't really normally have snow days. But we get an ice day every once in a while just because you don't want to be on the road in the ice because there's nothing you can really do at that point.
That's right. Now, Darren, you said you had a bonus for us at the end. Like another bonus reason why to live in the beautiful state of Michigan.
And that is
What is it?
sports.
Sports. I thought that was on our con list.
It is.
Oh.
We gotta break sports up here.
Okay, let's break it up.
Let's do the pro side. Let's start in college. College sports. I mean, how many people can beat having Michigan and Michigan State right here? How many other states have two that are big contenders like that and
Well,
rival
they're-
against each other, and then we also
Well,
go
they're-
beat up on Ohio State?
I do think there's a lot of states that do that have that, right? But I do also believe that we have schools that you don't really are unassuming. Lake Superior State,
True.
they have a fantastic hockey program. They're right there on, just touching Canada up north a little bit. You have Michigan Tech.
Yeah.
You have Ferris State, okay, the Bulldogs.
Yep. Just came off a victory.
Yeah. You have Michigan and Michigan State, of course. Like those are the two big ones. You have Central Michigan University,
A few years back, just came off a huge football victory.
Western Michigan.
Just came off a huge football victory.
Yeah, and then if we talk about football or basketball or baseball or definitely hockey, we have a lot of really good schools here. And of
Yeah.
course, the rivalry, do you bleed green? Do you bleed maize and blue? That's fun. Now that makes living in Michigan a lot of fun. That rivalry is so tight.
It is. That's awesome.
So it's a pro. It's a
Go
pro.
green. I had one in state, so there it goes. There's my leaning. I'm green leaning.
It's a pro living in a college, very heavy college state with fantastic sports. Now, I think we're going to save our pros for the cons. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, we are hockey.
Yeah.
Well, we are hockey town.
We're pro con on that. Are we pro con?
pro-con
We're pro con on the
hockey town?
on the
We are hockey town. now.
professional level.
Yeah. Now let's talk about athletes though. Athletes. We had a lot of wonderful athletes. Like who can miss Miguel Cabrera? Right?
Mr.
Tigers.
3,000 plus. 500
Tigers.
plus.
Miguel Cabrera.
I mean-
or what about Barry Sanders with the Lions back in the day? Kelvin Johnson. Kelvin Johnson with the Lions. Who else we got? Steve
look at-
Eiserman, the captain.
Yes, and continues on.
And Dylan Larkin, the new captain. So there's a lot of those. But what about that guy that left here
That guy who we live vicariously through, who was here for 12 years and wins a Super Bowl, and
Yes.
almost like Disney, looks back instead of his own team, says thank you, Michigan, for all your support, winks at the camera, and we say, we got you, buddy.
the one and
We love
only
you.
Matthew Stafford. So did you ever buy one of those LA Lions or Detroit Rams shirts. Detroit Rams, that's what it was.
Was there one?
Oh yeah.
I did not see it yet.
Oh yeah, there's Detroit Rams shirts. So everybody,
awesome.
when Matt
Awesome.
Stafford won the Super Bowl for the LA Rams, by the way, and he suffered for so long in Detroit. A lot of people say that it was his fault or whatever. You can all argue this, but we all knew he was a great quarterback. But he went to LA Rams. They win a Super Bowl. Everybody's cheering for Matt Stafford. It's almost like we won the Super Bowl. That's how it felt.
It was.
We did. We won. We won.
And he's not even a native to Michigan, but he adopted it and still is back here.
Yeah. And
He was actually back here for Cabrera's 3,000th hit.
Oh yeah.
Which was awesome.
He's a big staple here, Matt Stafford. So we've had a million athletes come through here. Obviously, Tom Brady with the University of Michigan. Dylan Larkin was University of Michigan, now plays for Detroit. So we have a lot going on as far as sports. I think I might want to move to Michigan.
I'm going to stay here.
Guys, don't forget, if you like these videos, please subscribe, hit that bell. You'll be notified every time that we produce a new video, and you'll be the first ones to be notified of it. And again, please, we love hearing from you. If you need to know anything about Michigan, where to live, where to go, how to do it, cost of living, what houses cost what where, do you want land, do you not want land, we don't know unless we hear from you. So text us, call us, email us, write us, send a drone, it doesn't matter. We're available, and that's what we love to do.
And we'll answer.
We will answer.
We will answer, personally.
You will?
If you don't get it, I
Okay.
will.
All right, sounds good.
Somebody's going to get that.
Yeah, let us know, and we'll set up a call. But that's it.
Hi, I'm Tom.
You're not Tom. I'm Tom.
We're starting backwards already.
I am
This is going
Tom.
well.
He
Going
doesn't
well.
even know his name.
Yeah. Trust us. We're your
Anyways,
trusted
that's
agents in
Darren.
Michigan.
That's Darren, and I'm Tom.
And now we'll go to the number 2. And don't remember, there is a bonus one at the end.
Don't remember? Let's do it again.
Oh. And now let's go to number 2. And don't forget, we got a bonus.
At the end.